Buy Black for Life family. Buy Black for Life family. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Come on through. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Um, Come on in. Ask the admins. Ask the admins. Come on in. No matter who you are, what you're doing, whether you're if you're watching this on replay, just put hashtag replay. But welcome one and all um, to talk about it Tuesday. Um, I've been away for a while. Did a 15-day fast and detox. And let me tell you, when you're going through that, it takes a lot out of you. And I just stayed in prayer and stayed connected to the program that my wife and I were doing. I'm down 21 pounds, which is like dope in 15 days to be down 21 pounds, and I've maintained it. Been back in the gym trying to get it in because I have a birthday trip coming up, and I want to look good for my birthday. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jerome Hurt, founder of the Buy Black for Life group and group page. Um, so much that I would like to be able to share with you. If you would like to be able to come on and ask a question, please in the comments let me know. What we will do is we will share, we will invite you into the conversation, so you get to come up, you get to number one, ask your question, and number two, you get to talk about who you are, where you are, and what your business is. So it's kind of an opportunity for so many people out here who always are like, hey, how could I be featured? Well, here's your chance right here and now. But I want to jump right in and talk about some things that a lot of our members don't know about what we do, and information about what we allow in terms of posts and what we don't allow. Um, that's why we call this Ask the Admins, because if you have any questions about it, just ask it. We would like to be able to answer that for you. So the first question so many people ask is, when they have a business that is a credit repair business, why we don't approve credit repair business. Well, the reason for that is when we initially started the group over a year ago, um, a lot of our members who um, utilized the services of credit repair businesses were getting scammed. And here's what was difficult. They were giving their personal information, like their social security numbers, their addresses. And when you're giving that type of information to be scammed, money is about the smallest thing that you could talk about when you're scammed for that. But when you're talking about being scammed by a business that, or a fake business that now has your social security number, your home address, all of your information. I mean, this is, your credit information. When you're being scammed by groups like that, that level of being scammed, there is no limit to the amount of money that you could be scammed out of. Therefore, we made a decision that we just would not allow any credit repair companies in the group. It's for the safety of our community. It's for the safety of our people. I'm not saying that our community does not need a credit repair business. I'm sure we do. We definitely do, if we want to get to where we want to get in terms of being owners not only of our businesses, but also owners of our homes. Credit repair is very important. knowing your credit is very important. So I'm sorry, we don't allow it here, but there's a valid reason why. It's for the protection of our community. And we cannot honestly police them all. Our jobs are difficult enough as it is behind the scenes, but we just made the decision that we weren't going to allow credit repair companies into the group. Another, and one of my admins is about to join us, and I'll bring her along. Her name is Karen. Hey, sis, Karen, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. We're already live. And, I'm glad you came through because one of the things I was talking about that we don't allow in terms of businesses into the group is credit repair companies. And I was explaining the reason why, and basically saying, what we do is hard enough already. And Karen, I think for what's it been the last 2 weeks, you are new to approving posts and doing posts with us. So Karen, you've been a part of this group from day one, right? Not only as a business owner, but someone who has been with us for our Education Saturdays when we had our Women's Roundtable. You've been a part of our conversations when we've done real estate conversations. You are an integral part of this group. And just so people know, Karen and I go back a long time. We did go to the same high school, so we knew one another in high school as well.
But I'm younger than Jerome.
Wow. That's how we do each other. I love you. But don't play with me. Don't play with me. Okay. So you being someone who now is on the side of seeing what the posts are, seeing the work that we do behind the scenes, share with those who are watching or will be watching how your perspective now has changed, or maybe it's still the same, but now behind the scenes, seeing behind the scenes of things. What are your thoughts now?
Well, I definitely see that there is care and thought involved in the posts that are allowed on. Just looking at the amount of posts that are declined, some automatically, and it's like, what is that? And some with some, I think, very helpful feedback, for the business owner to fix that and come back. I certainly get a different level of appreciation for the work that is done behind the scenes to, one, protect the community, and to, two, make sure that the objectives of what this group was created for are met, to constantly raise the bar, if you will, to make sure that, if you're presenting a business, that the business is as best as it can be. You're giving, feedback to help them be better in order to reach the client. So it's sometimes I felt bad with declining, but the fact that, you take the time to give feedback, it is helping the business owner, because the objective is you're here because you want clients. And as a consumer, these are the things that I look for, and I'm going to help you. And it could be feedback that they obviously aren't getting somewhere else, because if they did, they wouldn't come with that. So even though you can say it a lot, actually seeing the amount of posts that come through and how each one is looked at with care, and there's certain criteria that you're looking for to make sure that it has before it comes out. It's twofold. You care about the business owner, and then you ultimately care about your community, because you don't want to put something out there that you definitely see is not beneficial for them.
Right. Thank you. And you know how much I appreciate your presence and all that you do, and putting your hand up and saying, I'm willing to do whatever. And, Karen is a living testament to be careful what you say to me,
I'm about to unfriend Jerome.
Because I'm gonna come stretch you, like seriously. But it's loving. It's all in love.
Keep an eye out for that Debbie person too. Just
Oh,
saying.
Debbie got me like really wings. So yeah, and I hope she'll be able to come on with us and just share some of her expertise, because when we're asleep, Debbie is the night owl. She loves to go through the group and look at certain things, and she will get rid of stuff that she, in her expertise, just like yours, Karen, will not allow it into this group. So I'm so thankful for that. Another thing we don't allow in the group, that I hear from people a lot and asking me, is Cash App, right? And you know, when we see it, right, and let me say this: we've had this group for a year and 3 months, right? And I could count on, I could say we have been under 20 people who have contacted me about them getting scammed, right? However, the issue is 100% of those individuals who have gotten scammed did so because they paid that person via Cash App. And let me say, I'm saying under a certain amount. I'm not even counting myself. I did as well, right? And the experience that it taught me is Cash App does not have a process by which you can request a refund or your money back. Okay, my bank, if something goes wrong, I'm calling them, and they are going to refund me, and they are going to go after that person to get their money back that they refunded me. That does not happen with Cash App. Therefore, we tell business owners, your Cash App is not accepted here, and we will not approve your post. But most importantly, we keep trying to get out to our community. If you are doing business with any business owner in this group and they say you can pay them via Cash App, that should be a full stop. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you that we're telling you, don't do it. Even the only time I've used Cash App is in an emergency, sending someone money. That's it.
I think that's what it was created for, actually.
Actually, it was, because I know let me get it right. She is the head of diversity at Square, and Square is actually owned by Cash App. And she was very clear, and I said this very early on, Karen, in our group. Cash App is not supposed to be used for business, because Cash App, because you're kind of circumventing something by using Cash App. So Cash App is not acceptable business practice in this group. And let me also say this, right? What we do that people, I don't think they realize, but it's important for people to know for your safety. If you should get scammed in this group, right? What we do is, number one, we have relationships with other Buy Black groups. We find that profile and we put it out there to them, right? So number one, they block that profile. Number two, we report it via the social media platforms that that business owner may have. Number three, if we are able to tell via their Facebook profile or whatever other profile where they're located, we let the authorities in those areas know what it is, who it is, and where they are, for them to track it down, and for the person that they scammed to be able to get in touch with those authorities. We make that connection. We are very unapologetic about protecting our community. That may mean that some businesses just don't get accepted here. We're okay with that because if you belong to a group where you have to spend your money and you are getting scammed, you will no longer want to do business with that group.
Right.
So we don't want that for you. Hey, Deshaun, how are you? If you want to get in, let me know. I'll invite you in. Deshaun she's part of our advisory board. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. We have an advisory board. I'll talk about that later on. Shawnee is part of that. So I thank you and the rest of our advisory board for being with us. We love you. We look forward to doing so much more. And just so everyone knows, right, I'm transitioning over to a new job. And I don't know if I even shared this with my team. I'm studying for licensing exams that I have to have. I didn't tell you that, did I, Karen?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. So Jerome is in when I study, like I shut out the rest of the world. It's like I'm serious. There is nothing that's happening whatsoever. You could call me. You might get 5 seconds out of me. If I'm in the middle of studying, it's going to voicemail. But the reason I have not been as present and vocal is that transition to this new role, which is going to benefit this group. And I will share that once everything is locked and, taken care of. It's going to benefit this group, the new role that I'm in, and it's about to be dope. So that's why you haven't heard from me much. But I'm pushing through. I'm using my techniques that I usually do with studying and getting my licenses. Karen, anything else you want to share about posts that you see that we just don't allow? I covered Cash App.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other thing? I covered credit card companies.
Mm-hmm.
Not credit card, but credit repair. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I get questions about that. I had one person curse me out, and I have to be real. My niece, my flesh and blood, is part of this group. She has a credit repair company. She can't even get in here. And I love her with every fiber of my being. And when I told her that, she was like, Uncle, I respect it. I understand it. I'm here for everything you have going on anyway. Right? And that, again, I want to be clear. That doesn't mean that credit repair companies are not necessary. All it means is that this space, we cannot accommodate it because what has happened. Mm-hmm. If somebody needs credit repair, by all means, find it. I'm sorry, you're just not going to find it here. So anything you would like to say
Church
that you
live posts. I've seen many of them. Why are you going live with your church on a consumer page?
I always
looking to see if it's the same person or not, but I've seen at least 5 of them, at least.
Sunday post.
Not just Sunday though, like other
Sunday
times.
is when it's through the roof though. Sunday, I'm going through, and if there are, let's say, 20 posts, 10 of them are going to be of church service lives, right? And I'm like you, Karen. You know what? I'm a man of God, right? We love God. We profess our love for God. That's for me a personal thing. My fellowship, right? Unless I'm in the church and I'm around, my wife and I, we sit in an area that everybody around us because of the years. We go to Allen AME in Jamaica, Queens. We sit in an area where we've been there so long, everybody knows everybody. So, for example, if we're not there for a while, somebody is going to text us to find out, hey, everything okay? We haven't seen you guys, right? That's the way it works. But sharing and going live in church,
especially in this group, I didn't understand, but lots of those.
Yes.
Lots of posts where more than a handful of posts with people having workshops and inviting, soliciting members to their workshop or their function. And so I don't know that it's advertised enough, or people just don't see it. But there's a fee for advertising to your members for somebody's private workshop or anything. I've seen a lot of posts where people, it's a fee to come to them, or they're soliciting them for some type of business venture or, something like that. Any type of solicitation for a group or a function or an event is a no-go on the open page. You don't have exclusive access to the thousands of people in the group to increase your business in that way.
Right. And let me just explain it further, if I may. So I've dealt with people who have nonprofits, right? So if you have a nonprofit and you have an event, right? Because most nonprofits are not charging people for their event. We won't approve it into the group, but I will have a conversation with you to put it on our events calendar. And the reason we put it on the events calendar is if it's a live event, let's say in Philly, what happens is when it's on our events calendar, people who are in the Philadelphia area, Facebook automatically lets them know as the event gets closer. If you approve an event, a pop-up shop or something like that into the group, what happens is it gets lost. And no one, because of so many posts, are going to see it and going to know it. So yes, we charge a small fee. And I say a small fee, and here's the reason why. And Karen, I'm sure you can attest to this. There are people charging upwards of $100 per vendor.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one for $200, charging $200, up to $200 is the maximum I saw per vendor. And we're asking $25 for our time for us to create something not only on our Facebook page, but also on our Instagram page, as well as on a Twitter page to let people know about your event. And I get cussed out, or I get told I'm not really for Black people. And it offends me because I could show you way more than I could tell you what it is that I do for Black people for free. Trust and believe me when I say that. So I get offended when people say that. And here's another piece. And Karen, again, I know you can attest to this. My time and what it is that I do is way more than $25.
But it's not even so much the time. It's also access to your membership. People pay a lot of money to get these types of distribution lists. People
Absolutely.
pay a lot of money to have access to an organization's membership list to advertise. I mean, one, you have a targeted, market right there for which you didn't do anything to market and get, and you're putting your event out there. You're making money off of it. So they're making money off of something that you did that you're not even making money off of. So to me, it's not even so much as the time. I get it, and I understand, the time aspect does cost money, but it's the customer base that you're getting. It's the access to members, and no one wants to join something if their information is going to be sold. You think about when you go on your email, right?
Yeah.
And you buy something or you sign up for something, and all of a sudden you're getting all these advertisements from companies that you don't even know.
Yes.
Even if you fill out the unsubscribe button, it doesn't work.
No, it does not.
And that is because these companies are selling access to you. They're making money off of the fact that it's a targeted market and they have it. So just based on that, $25 is nothing for the access that you're getting.
Yeah, it really isn't. It's that's why I say it's a nominal fee, and anybody that has issue with it, please take issue with it. But that's not ever going to change. Sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. So let me
go up. I mean, you got thousands and thousands of Black, consumers in one spot. That's worth it. I mean,
which also we ourselves we're going to have a pop-up shop, back to school pop-up on August 18th. It'll be at 6 p.m. I have, I think, 7 slots open. 7 slots open. And what you get for that, it's $25 for those who are interested. What you get for it is 15 minutes of the ability to sell your product to this particular audience, right? However you want to do it, it's via this platform right here. However you want to do it, have at it. We've done it before. Some of our business owners were absolutely incredible in how they marketed their businesses, and they loved it. We haven't done it in a while. The last one we did, we actually did it in a joint venture with a group in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was so much fun. It was amazing. The business owners were amazing to work with. But we will be having a back-to-school pop-up shop on August 18th. It starts at 6 p.m. Those who are interested, just email buyblackforlife@gmail.com if you are interested. And we are looking for business owners. We will slot you in different times. And that'll be. And we have it that date because 2 days later, I'll be in Mexico for my birthday, just enjoying the beach. And Karen, where are you going for your birthday? Because you're another Leo. What's the plan for your birthday, sis?
I'm going to Jamaica the following week because Denier en Blanc is here in Charlotte on August 7th, and my birthday is August 9th.
Okay.
And I'm actually a table leader for Denier en Blanc. So I'll be here for that, and so I pushed my celebration over to the following weekend.
So talk about Denier en Blanc. I've been invited many times. I've never gone, and I know what it is. I just have never gone, but I know it's an absolutely amazing event. Talk about that.
It's a lot of fun. So it started about 33 years ago in France. I'm going to butcher the gentleman's name, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But he literally wanted to get together with some friends and have a meal in a park, public space. So he basically told them all, wear white so that when we get to the park, we'll know how to find each other. And that's literally how it started. So it's been going on ever since. It has spread to several countries and multiple cities within the country. So here in Charlotte, the first year it was here was 2018.
Okay.
And then 2019, and then the 2020, of course, with everything else went in the toilet.
Right.
And so we got approval to have the dinner. And so for this year, so it was like a rush. Everything was condensed to put it in. So I signed up to be a table leader. And
Love it.
so I'll have 25 tables that I'm
Oh,
responsible
wow.
for 50 people.
Okay.
And the rules are pretty simple. You wear all white. It is supposed to be an elegant event.
Yes.
You wear all white. You bring a table, so the table is certain specifications that it has to be. You bring 2 chairs. It must be you and a guest. And the table, you have to have a tablecloth. You have to have real dishes and
Right.
glassware and flatware. So think about elegant dinner meets picnic type
Right.
thing.
Right.
So you have to be able to carry everything. You bring your own dinner, your own dessert, your plates, your glasses, your wine, your dinner, table, chair, everything in white. And you meet at a location. So the actual location of the dinner is a surprise.
Always a surprise.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
So you'll get a departure point. Everyone meets at the departure point, and you have all these people dressed in white with their tables and chairs and their, everything with them. And then you walk from that area to the location where the dinner is. And it's always a public space.
Right.
And then you set up all the tables. So it basically looks like one long banquet table, because everyone's table has to bump up against the other. And it's always in twos. And you sit down, you have dinner. And then they have entertainment. So you're actually dancing outside. You meet, wonderful people. And again, everyone's dressed in elegant white. So it's really a fun type of event. And it's become the event of, for Charlotte. We'll have 2,300 people this year at the dinner.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And then some of the surrounding cities it's spread to. So they're kind of using those of us in Charlotte to kind of veer off to some of the other surrounding cities to help them start.
Nice.
So there'll be one in Columbia, South Carolina this year. I attended the one in Greenville last week.
Cool.
There'll be one in Savannah. So it's spreading. And I'm constantly amazed by the amount of countries that it's in.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat exclusive. So you get an invitation in
you
order
get
to purchase
an invitation. Exactly.
Yes.
If you're not on the list, don't try to show up unless you're a guest.
And if you show up and you're not proper and you get kicked off, or you get an invitation and you pay and you don't show up, you get blackballed from the list.
Right.
And don't think that you got blackballed from Charlotte. So, all right, never mind. I'll just go to Atlanta. It is international.
Yes.
So you are banned from the entire event. And
they're serious about it. They're serious.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of, what, it's going on. It looks like fun, and I got to be there. When they put that exclusive thing on there, that's when everybody, you want to go.
Yes,
so it's fun. It's a lot of work, but it's fun.
And it's a nice networking event, which, I think is awesome, because you never know who you're going to meet there, who you're going to run into. You might even run into people that you hadn't seen in a while. So
and that happens.
I keep saying, every year, my wife and I, we get the invitation, but when we look at the calendar, there's always something going on. But one of these days, we're going to make it to it, and I look forward to being able to pull that together. So thank you for sharing.
And you can't transfer it either. So like you bought the tickets and you want to, hey, I can't go here. Do you want my tickets?
You can't do that. That's why it's so exclusive. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So thank you for that, Karen. Another thing that I would like to talk about is our Follow Me Fridays. So our Follow Me Fridays, right? It is a chance for our business owners and our group members to be able to boost your follows, right? Mm-hmm. And we do it on Fridays because when it's the rest of the week, if you create a post for your business and it has follow me, I'll follow you, or follow anything about follow, we don't allow it. And the reason we don't allow it is it creates people doing following instead of what we are actually created for, and that's buying and doing business with other business owners. But we recognize how important that is to our community. So we do Follow Me Friday. Now, I've become very strict on what it is that I'm seeing on there, right? People are circumventing the approval process of their post, and they're using the Follow Me Friday as a place where they can post their business. Not cool, right? And it's gotten to the point where I'm just ready to block people out of the group because it's the same people that attempt to do it, right? There is an approval process, just like we don't allow Follow Me Fridays or Follow Me posts. We're not allowing the posting of businesses in the Follow Me Friday process. It's that simple. And also, I'm just seeing people that are putting websites, not social media links. Guys, this is specific for social media links. It could be your YouTube page, and I see a lot of that. It could be your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, even your LinkedIn, because now we have a LinkedIn page, right? There's a Buy Black for Life LinkedIn page group. Buy Black for Life is on LinkedIn. We'll allow those. But when all that you're doing is posting the website to your business, that's not the purpose of the Follow Me Friday. Now, so many people are saying that they're not seeing growth. Now, for you to be effective in your Follow Me Friday, right, you can't just post yours and expect that everybody's going to follow you. That doesn't work. You got to put in some work, right? So I do know a family member, Sheila, Distinctive Flavors is her business. Sheila will come in and she will follow. She'll put hers out there. Someone will follow her. Sheila will follow back. In addition, Sheila will go down the list and she will do the same thing. I know that has helped Sheila because Sheila has told me it's helped her. I just saw her a week and a half ago. So I know it's helped Sheila. If you do it that way, and I get it, all of our time is limited. I get it. But if you do it that way, if that's what you're looking in order to grow your followers, that's the way to do it. Just posting your business, your link one time, it's not going to help you. You have to be fully engaged, or you can do it for a couple of minutes and then come back. That's what I do. I don't know if you do anything on Follow Me Friday, Karen.
I have. So my business wasn't on Instagram for the longest. I had a group on Facebook. So once I did a Instagram, page, then I did participate in the Follow Me Friday and got a lot of, and I always, follow back.
Follow back, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how some people will post, follow you and then send you a message. I followed you, follow me back type of thing. And like, that's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea,
yes,
right.
I'm going to follow you back. But yes, I have participated in a few Follow Me Fridays, and sitting here listening, I just learned something else that I'm going to have to start not allowing. on the post approvals, because I did see a few follow me type posts. Like, yeah, they're advertising their business, but they're basically trying to solicit followers on there. So so now I know there's another thing that I have to not allow.
So to make it easier for you, Karen, and I'll send you the file, right? I actually have a file where I can show you the feedback I give when I don't approve a post.
Yes,
so all I have to do is copy and paste it. It makes my life so much easier. The one that I do the most, and I can't say this enough to our Buy Black community, right? If you want to post your business, but you don't include a link, may it be to a website. No, it has to be to a website, not to your social media, but to a website where someone can go and look at what it is that you're selling and be able to, from that page, make a purchase. If you don't have that, we are not approving it. Again, it is a setup for our members to get scammed. And I'm sure there are people who will watch this or are watching that will say, well, I don't have a website, but I am a honest business. I hear you. But if you want your business to be not just an honest business, a real business, you will invest in that website. And just so you know, Facebook allows you to create websites via Business Suite. So create a website, have a website. If you don't, your post will not get approved. If you have a brick and mortar business, for example, you have a restaurant and you post your business, but you don't put the city, the state, the address where you are, do you really want customers? Like and people have to understand this also, right? If you have that brick and mortar, we are 172,000 strong, right? We are in the midst of creating an app, right? If you do not put your address in there, how would you be able to be converted over to our app so people can find you? Me and Karen is the same way. We travel a lot. So if you have a business where you would love for us to come in there and me, I come in and I test out, I don't say anything to anybody. I test out the business. And if I like it, I go to someone and I say, I would love to be able to do a live. Is it okay with you? If you would like that, it would behoove you to make sure that you have your address, your city and state, along with your telephone number, so that you could be found not just by us, but any member. I travel, Karen travels, Debbie travels, Nancy travels, and I know for a fact Shauna travels. Those are the people that are just our admin team. I'm not going to get into our advisory board. Those folks travel, and to be able to know that these businesses are here, especially when we have that app, is going to be helpful for you. I'm not saying this for my own purpose. It's for the business owner. If you have brick and mortar, put the address there, put the city and state. Please, we want to help you.
But if you don't at least put that there, then I'm struggling to find out why you even put a post in the group, because the whole idea is you're trying to get people to know that you exist and to get the business. So if you're not going to tell me where you're located, you're not going to tell me how to purchase your product or service. I'm not going to go through the trouble of trying to Google, what ABC, realtor does. That's a bad example because obviously you know what a realtor does. But if the name of your company, is Dilly Wah Dilly, and you're not telling me how to find what you're selling, how to find you if you have a brick and mortar, you're expecting me to go through the extra step to find out what exactly Dilly Wah Dilly is. You need to tell me. You're trying to convince me to purchase whatever product or whatever service you have.
Yes.
Give me the information that I need.
And Karen, even the real estate person, tell us the area you service, right? Because I know for a fact if there are real estate professionals down there in Charlotte that service North Carolina as well as South Carolina. Mm-hmm. Put that in your post. You may have somebody in here who is looking for a real estate agent that is in North Carolina, and they may be looking for property in South Carolina. Let the people know more is better, please. And also, I have to say this also, especially as a financial professional, right? And this is so real because I see this so much and I have to delete them. If you are a life insurance person and you are coming and you are creating a post and you are just saying, anyone interested in life insurance, please contact me. Here's the thing, right? Compliance wise, you can lose your license if I wanted you to lose your license. And the reason you could lose your license, and I'm principal license, meaning someone that has to, oversee stuff like this of my agents, right? You are required to, if you post about life insurance, you're required to tell where you are licensed, the area you service, and the company that you represent. You can't just put out there, I'm licensed, and if you're interested in life insurance, contact me. No. And the same thing for those who are licensed to sell mutual funds, stocks, and bonds. To be honest with you, because of that's my area of expertise, I ask the people, are you licensed? No? I'm sorry, I cannot approve this at all. So those things don't get approved. But if you are, my advice to you, if you are a licensed life insurance or you're a licensed stock or mutual fund, Series 6 or Series 7, or even a bond trader, my advice to you is speak to your compliance department about what it is that you can market via social media, because I know it is extremely strict. And if you do not abide by it, you can be subject to sanctions. You don't want that. And who I'm talking to a lot are, it seems like newly licensed people that you guys just don't understand. But I'm trying to help you not lose your licenses. You have to give the information, especially if you're talking about a specific product. You can't do that either. You cannot. So my advice to people who are financial professionals, check with your compliance department before you try to post in this group. You are being watched by someone who is a financial professional that knows this stuff and knows what you can post and what you can't. Anything on top of that, Karen, that you want to add?
No. I mean, if you don't know the rules of the profession that you're in and you're going to risk it on a Facebook group, I don't know what to say.
And, as someone who's been in the industry 30 plus years, I know how hard it is to get those licenses. And I also know how hard it is, because I've seen it, for people to get sanctions removed off of their, what we call U4. The U4 is that thing in the financial, in the stocks and mutual funds part. That U4 goes with you everywhere you go. And it's for sanctions. For example, if you're not compliant in posting advertisements, you have to be compliant. And most 99.9% of companies will actually have something ready made for you to use to post to the general public. So I would definitely use that. We're almost coming to the end, Karen, and I know we covered a lot, but I also want to get to some of the things that have been going on behind the scenes that folks don't know. Number one, Karen being a part of our team, our admin team, our founders group. I am so happy and blessed to have her present. Her expertise, her intelligence, her mind. Me and Karen have had conversations where I walk away educated without a doubt. So I want to thank you for that. I really do. Same thing. We have Shauna and we need to lift Shauna up in prayer. She had surgery. So we're lifting Shauna up in prayer. Shauna was with us from day one. Like the second thing I purchased from this group, I actually purchased from Shauna. And this is a t-shirt Shauna made for the group. We got to get more t-shirts made up and get them out to the rest of our new team now. We also have an advisory board, and I'm going to tell you, the advisory board has forced me to up my game. And Karen, I know you were in that meeting and you were like, wow, we got some dope people in here. And it's
I was in the meeting wondering, why was I in the meeting? I told you that's what I was wondering. Why am I here? Why did Jerome pull me here?
Stop. And
no, I'm so serious.
So you here's the thing, right? I respect you in being humble about who you are, right? But like I posted yesterday, trust your dopeness. You are dope in and of itself, okay? Aren't you? What is it? Black MBA. You're part of Black MBA, right?
I was, yes.
You are a Delta, unapologetic Delta. Like you. No, wait. What is it? Ooh, I don't know.
AKA the first
AKA, right. AKA, right. AKA. Yes, I'm sorry. Please, I don't mean to insult. I'm very careful.
That's
right?
okay.
Because I don't want people.
I love my Delta sisters.
Please don't run up into my inbox, folks. I make mistakes.
I'm done. That's my out right here. I'm out.
You are an amazing aunt, godmother. I mean, Karen, stop. Like you are. Do you want to talk about what you do professionally as well, please? Because we were also colleagues with the same company as well. That's why you are in North Carolina. Like,
I need to let the people know I cannot stand you.
Yes, you can. You love me.
I need the people to know this. I cannot stand you. So She's dope. Trust me, her wondering why she was in that was because she downplays her dopeness. No, she's a queen. She knows it. She's just kind of, I know. Don't let me call my brother on. I'll get him in here on live. Okay. You don't want both of these hurt boys in on this. Woo, look at the time. You don't have time for Eric.
No, don't. Let me tell you, I talked to my brother today for 2 hours and over crap. I love him. That's my dude. He drives me crazy, but I love him.
What Eric and I do is argue all the time.
Me too.
I'm like,
I hang up the phone on my brother at least once a week. At least. I let him rant and then I'll say, yo, I'm out. Bye. And I'll hang up the phone on him. And call him tomorrow like nothing ever happened. That's what happens with your brother. That's Eric, what we do. But so we have an absolutely dope group in our advisory board. I am meeting next week with the person for the app to find out what's going on. Him and I are going to have a conversation. Next year, possibly the end of the first quarter, beginning of second quarter, with the blessing of the company that I'm with, I'll be able to travel throughout the country to be able to do financial literacy conversations with not only young people, but with adults so that we can start healing our finances. I'm hoping that someone by the name of Dr. Jackie is going to be able to join me on that journey because Dr. Jackie tackles it in a way that's different. I get to the numbers part in finances. Dr. Jackie talks about emotions behind your decisions with respect to finances, and to be able to merge the two together and take a healed person around their finances, that now they look at their finances in a different way. It is absolutely powerful. I'm on the board of trustees of a charter school here in New York. It's near Rochdale Village. If you're in New York, they have an amazing school there. I'm part of their board of trustees. It's my dream to be able to bring financial literacy curriculum to that school. I'm so looking forward to, being able to educate young people. We just have so much that's on the horizon, but we're also surrounded by dope people who are depositing into us their positivity and depositing into our members and their businesses. And also we're never going to stop the conversation about healing via mental health. And as a matter of fact, I need to talk about one other thing. Not only mental health, but and Karen, I don't know if I shared this. My wife and I did a 15-day fast, right? The 15-day fast changed my life. When I say changed my life, I lost 21 pounds in 15 days. Not only did I lose it, I've been able to maintain it because now I'm eating and looking at food in a different way. So for the most part, since we started it, my wife and I have not eaten any meat whatsoever. Not that we're going to go vegan or pescatarian. I don't think we're going to go there, but we are mindful about what we eat and how we eat and how it reacts to our body. We're so aware now, where before we were not. And I've been able to maintain it as well as she, because we made a decision on 7 days a week. We're going to take 2 days where we have vegan meals. So we are doing something different. And the person who ran the program, his name is Jay, Herbal Chemistry. He's going to be joining us next week, Wednesday, for a Wellness Wednesday conversation. I'm telling you, he is he'll change your life, just the conversation. I mean, I walked away just hearing him. He actually knew things about my body just by me saying, yeah, XYZ happens. And he was able to tell me what it is that is happening in my body. I have whatever I had in terms of issues before starting the fast and the detox. I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
And I will never go back to eating the way that I used to. It has thoroughly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, changed my life. He's going to join us next week, Wednesday. And
our kids are watching. They're listening to that. My nephew has decided he's pescatarian, and he's held that for about 2, maybe going on 3 months. He's not even 10. And so here we are. We had him for, he was vacationed for 2 weeks. We were in Pennsylvania at my brother's, and we're all scrambling, making sure that he had, dude, you need a job. You are not having family for every meal. 10-year-olds don't eat that way.
But what's interesting,
held to it.
But what's interesting, when we were doing the fast, right? So one mistake that we made was we were traveling. We were in Denver, Colorado. But beyond that, if you're not home, right? So imagine that person who is a vegetarian, and they get invited out with friends.
It's hard.
But the friends don't take into consideration that their friend is vegetarian. Mm-hmm. That's hard.
Very hard.
And so when we were out in Denver, one day we went up to Copper Mountain in the mountains. It's a ski resort area. And the place where we ate dinner was basically like a pizza shop. So Cecilia and I basically ordered a pizza with all the toppings, like the vegetable toppings, without the pizza. That was what our dinner was, because again, we were at a point where, right. So, and so just imagine someone that this is their everyday life, and we invite them out to dinner, and we're people that eat meat, but they don't. But we don't take
That's why it's important to let people know, because I was kind of on, I've been on my own little health thing because of, the doctor was saying, oh, your pressure is up and you're pre-diabetic. So I had to dial it back and make some conscious decisions. So I've recently dropped 20 pounds as well. And my thing was high protein and low carbs. You'd be surprised how many carbs are in things. So I've had no fruit, no dried fruit, no fresh fruit, no carbs, very low carbs. And some days I cut it out. And it was difficult. So my brother was ready to, I guess, toss my nephew and me out on our heads, because here's this kid, he's only eating seafood. And I'm like, give me the protein. No, I'm not eating mac and cheese. No, I'm not eating the rice. No, I'm not eating potatoes. And I'm eating all the meat. So it's amazing how much you can change your, your body. And it's fact. You can turn around your medical condition. We are what we eat.
Yes.
So my blood pressure, at the beginning, about 2 months ago, was like 160/90. And then after the that's how the doctor looked at me. And after the 2 months of me, I've been going hard, exercising and the eating. My blood pressure was like 138/76. So in 2 months, right? Based on what I ate and what I did.
Yes.
No, it's fact. We can control a whole lot. You can't control everything, but you definitely can control a lot with what you eat. And it's a fact that some of the stuff we eat is crap.
The detox was able to he was able to tell us on this day with us doing X, Y, and Z. That's when toxins are leaving our body and parasites are leaving our body. And when he's telling me that, I never want that back in my body. And he's like, well,
it sounds disgusting, right?
I'm not even going to tell you how he knew. I'm going to leave that alone, right? But
I did that 10-day green smoothie cleanse. And so I got a little taste of what you're talking about. But
so we're going to do it again, but in the fall. So he recommends that we do it seasonally, because as the weather changes, so does our bodies. So, last night I made vegan meatballs with spaghetti squash. And
what was the meatball made out of?
It was made out of plants. Tastes like regular meatballs.
Cool.
Yeah, because when I go and buy it, I read. So it was vegan meatballs, the spaghetti squash, and I made the sauce. I made up the sauce, and we had broccoli. And
cool.
I felt great. I felt so good the next day, because some of the
time it tastes
time
better, because you're not putting all the stuff that they put in, to make it. Michelle made some tomato sauce one time. And she put a picture on Facebook. So I was like, what is that? And I went and made it, and I put it in the freezer. Oh my God, was it so good. So there was no sugar in it.
No sugar.
You cook the tomatoes, you add all the stuff. It was so good. And I'm like, why am I buying Prego again?
Oh, I never buy Prego. Never.
Well, before and everything.
To
make and it's really easy.
It's so easy. So easy.
It is. Even pasta is easy to make. You think, it's really hard or whatever. It's easy, and it's healthier if you make it. And
I love to cook, but I love to prep food more than I love to cook. So yes, I bought sea moss from a member of this group, got my sea
Mm-hmm.
moss and made up my sea moss, and I now put those in my shakes when I come from working out.
Wow.
Because sea moss, what it does for the body is, so I have a goal that I need to get to by my birthday, and
All
my
right.
wife and I were going to, where are we going? I think I told you this, to Dubai, and
You didn't. Dubai is awesome. You're gonna
in
love it.
November, Dubai and Abu Dhabi in November. So I have a
You gotta
goal.
talk to me before you go. I can tell you some
Oh,
things you definitely have to do.
without a
Yeah.
doubt. You know I'm
That
calling you.
that was a
Yes.
great trip.
I'm looking forward to it. What we're going to do is we're going to go there. We're going to go to Amsterdam first, spend
That's what
3
we
days in
did.
Amsterdam, and
Mhm.
then fly
Gotcha.
to Dubai. But
You
it's
flew
a
through there. Oh, that's
some group,
awesome. I'm
some group.
jealous, and I'm not even it's not even coming. That was a great trip.
Yes, but Karen, thank you for being present. I love you. I appreciate you
Thank you. Love you
for
too.
being
Thanks for
part of
having me.
this. Thank you for being a part of Buy Black for Life from day one, and now you are full fledged. You know, you can brand yourself Buy Black for Life, but thank
But
you
I
for
thought I
being.
was just helping out. This is not. Don't make the people think that I.
Don't tell me
This
what to
was
let
to
the
help
people
out to
think.
approve posts. Don't. I'm not
Nope.
letting you do this to me. No. Mm-mm. No. We'll talk about it offline.
No, we
Thank
won't.
you.
Bye. Good night.